When I think back to that summer, the one that forever changed the course of my life, it feels like stepping into a vividly colored dream. It was a time filled with confusion, discovery, and an unexpected realization of my true self. I was only 13, an age ripe with the awkwardness of adolescence, when my aunt changed everything with a seemingly innocent suggestion. My name is Alex, though by the end of this story, you might know me better as Alexis. Growing up, I had always felt different, but I couldn't quite put my finger on why. I was an only child in a quiet suburban town where everyone knew everyone, and standing out was something I had always avoided. I was shy, reserved, and spent most of my time buried in books or tinkering with my computer. My parents were loving but busy professionals, often leaving me in the care of my Aunt Claire during the long summer breaks. Aunt Claire lived in a charming old house on the outskirts of town, surrounded by lush gardens that seemed to have a life of their own. She was a free spirit, an artist who painted vibrant landscapes and wore flowing dresses that swirled around her like a kaleidoscope of colors. She was everything my parents were not: spontaneous, whimsical, and wonderfully unconventional. That summer began like any other, with my parents dropping me off at Aunt Claire's for a few weeks. I was looking forward to the tranquility of her home and the hours I could spend reading in her garden. What I didn't expect was the turn my life would take. It all started innocently enough. One afternoon, while we were having tea in her sunlit kitchen, Aunt Claire looked at me with a thoughtful expression. "You know, Alex," she began, "you have such delicate features. I bet you'd make a beautiful girl." I laughed nervously, not sure how to respond. "Thanks, I guess." She smiled warmly. "I mean it. Your face has this softness to it, and your eyes, they're quite striking. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a girl, even just for a little while?" The question caught me off guard. I had never really thought about it, at least not in any serious way. Sure, there were moments of curiosity, fleeting thoughts that I quickly brushed aside, but I had never dared to entertain them for long. "I don't know," I replied, my voice uncertain. "I've never really thought about it." Aunt Claire's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Why don't we try it? Just for fun. It could be like a little experiment, and besides, it's just the two of us here. No one else has to know." Part of me wanted to say no, to brush off the idea as silly, but there was another part, a deeper, more curious part, that was intrigued. What harm could it do? It was just a game, after all. "Okay," I said, my heart pounding in my chest. "Let's do it." Aunt Claire's smile widened, and she clapped her hands together. "Wonderful. Let's go find something for you to wear." We went up to her attic, a treasure trove of old clothes, hats, and accessories. She rummaged through boxes and pulled out a few dresses, holding them up to my frame to see which one would fit best. We finally settled on a soft pink dress with lace trim. It looked old-fashioned, like something out of a fairy tale. I went to the bathroom to change, my hands shaking as I slipped out of my jeans and t-shirt. The dress felt strange against my skin, unfamiliar yet oddly comforting. When I looked at myself in the mirror, I hardly recognized the person staring back. I saw someone softer, more delicate, a version of myself I had never allowed to surface. Aunt Claire knocked on the door, her voice gentle. "Are you ready, Alex?" I took a deep breath and opened the door. Her eyes lit up when she saw me. "Oh, you look absolutely lovely. But we're not done yet. Come, let's fix your hair and add a little makeup." We went back to her room, where she sat me down in front of her vanity. She brushed my hair, pinning it up with clips and adding a few curls. Then she applied a light touch of makeup, some blush, mascara, and a hint of lipstick. When she was done, she stepped back and admired her work. "There," she said softly. "Now look at yourself." I turned to the mirror, and what I saw took my breath away. I no longer saw Alex, the awkward boy who never quite fit in. I saw Alexis, a beautiful girl with a soft, ethereal quality. I felt a strange sense of peace and rightness, as if a piece of a puzzle had finally fallen into place. "How do you feel?" Aunt Claire asked. I didn't know how to put it into words. "Different," I said finally. "But good. I feel good." She smiled and hugged me. I'm glad. You know, you can be Alexis for as long as you want while you're here. No pressure, no expectations. Just be yourself, whoever that may be. For the next few days, I lived as Alexis. Aunt Claire helped me with clothes and makeup, teaching me how to walk gracefully in heels and how to carry myself with confidence. We went out to the garden, where I read books in the dappled sunlight, feeling more at peace than I ever had before. We even went to a nearby town for a day, where I experienced the world from a completely different perspective. It wasn't always easy. There were moments of doubt and confusion, times when I felt like I was pretending, like I was an imposter in my own skin. But those moments were fleeting, overshadowed by a growing sense of belonging. I started to realize that Alexis wasn't just a character I was playing. She was a part of me, a part one had been too scared to acknowledge. One evening, as we sat in the garden watching the sunset, Aunt Claire turned to me with a serious expression. Alexis, have you thought about what you want to do when you go back home? The question hung in the air, heavy with implication. I had been avoiding it, not wanting to think about the end of the summer and the return to my old life. But I knew I couldn't avoid it forever. I don't know, I admitted. I don't want to go back to being just Alex. But I'm scared. What if people don't understand? What if my parents don't accept me? Aunt Claire took my hand, her eyes filled with compassion. It won't be easy, that's for sure. But you have to be true to yourself. You've discovered something important about who you are, and that's something worth fighting for. Your parents love you, and while it might take them time to understand, I believe they will come around. And you'll have me by your side, always. Her words gave me strength, a flicker of hope that maybe, just maybe, I could be true to myself and still be loved. The rest of the summer passed in a blur, each day bringing me closer to the inevitable return home. When the time finally came, I packed my bags with a heavy heart, knowing that I was leaving behind a sanctuary. The ride home was quiet, my mind racing with thoughts and fears. When we pulled up to my house, my parents were waiting on the porch, smiling warmly. Aunt Claire helped me with my bags, giving me a reassuring squeeze before driving off. Inside, I found my parents in the living room, their expressions a mix of curiosity and concern. I took a deep breath, steeling myself for what was to come. Mom, Dad, there's something I need to tell you. I began, my voice trembling. This summer, I discovered something about myself. I've been living as a girl, and I realized that it feels right. I think I might be transgender. There was a long silence, the kind that makes your heart pound and your palms sweat. My parents exchanged glances, their faces unreadable. Finally, my mother spoke. Alex, this is a lot to take in, she said slowly. But we love you, no matter what. We might not understand everything right now, but we're willing to try. We just want you to be happy. Tears welled up in my eyes, a mix of relief and gratitude. Thank you, I whispered. That means everything to me. Over the next few months, life was a whirlwind of change. There were difficult conversations, awkward moments, and plenty of tears, but there was also a growing sense of acceptance and support. My parents found a therapist who specialized in gender identity, and together, we navigated the complex journey of transitioning. At school, things were tougher. Some classmates were kind and supportive, while others were cruel and judgmental. But I found solace in the friends who stood by me, who saw me for who I truly was and embraced me without hesitation. Through it all, Aunt Claire was my rock, always there with a comforting word or a piece of advice. She had given me the courage to discover my true self, and for that, I would be forever grateful. Now, as I look back on that summer, I realize how pivotal it was. It was the beginning of my journey, a journey of self-discovery, acceptance, and ultimately, happiness. I had started out as Alex, a shy and uncertain boy, and emerged as Alexis, a confident and proud young woman. My story is one of transformation, of finding the courage to be true to oneself despite the fear and uncertainty. It's a story of love and support, of the people who stand by you and help you become the person you were always meant to be. And it's a story of hope, a reminder that no matter how difficult the path may be, it's worth walking if it leads you to your true self. So, to anyone out there who might be struggling with their identity, who feels lost or alone, know that you are not alone. There are people who will love and support you, who will help you find your way. And most importantly, know that you have the strength within you to discover who you truly are and to live that truth, no matter what. And remember, sometimes it takes a leap of faith, a summer of discovery, and the love of an unconventional aunt to reveal the beautiful truth that lies within. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. And let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.